Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to a weekly message from Jesus. Our Father is waiting for us to give us another message, so without any delay, let me start to bring you His words. Good evening, everybody. Each week, I come to you with a message. Sometimes the messages are quite similar, and sometimes they are quite different. Today I'm going to speak to you about the gift of time. Time is a blessing that I've given to each human that returns to live a life on this planet. Time is a variable. On my side, there is no time, but for you humans, there is time. Each human has been allocated a certain number of years in which to live. You can choose through free will to use that time any way that you please. Many people choose to follow my words and to try to bring others to understand that I truly exist and that there will be a time when you return home to my realms in heaven, and that will be a time that you will be judged for how you used the time that I allotted to you. Humans are allocated relatively short lifetimes. That is because a human life is not easy. Before you return, your guides will help give you a detailed life plan that includes lessons that you need to learn and will give you a time to return to the realms. Humans have free will, and humans can choose to not follow my teachings. There are many of you out there that have refused to accept the fact that I even exist. There are many of you that believe that the time allocated to you is all that there is. They believe that upon their passing, it's over. The soul energy has lived one lifetime, and that's it. Well, I'm here to assure you that a human life is a very short part of your soul life. Your souls have been around for millions and millions of years, and they have lived many lifetimes. Those lifetimes have reflected what level of realm your soul has been existing in when you return home to heaven. Souls generally like to try to advance in the realms of heaven. That is because it is such a wonderful place, and as you advance, your soul can do many, many more things. The ultimate goal for your soul is to advance to the 7th level, because that is where my energy is, and that is where the energy is of those that have chosen to effectively serve me through the thousands of years. The gift of time is a very precious thing. That is a time that you can act to serve my messages in advance, or it is a time that you can use your free will to choose evil and to do the things that you think are more important. Many people choose to pursue power, greed, passion, lust, many of the things that will detract from serving my messages. When you return, you will have no doubts about how your decisions have affected your future time for your soul in heaven. I hope that all of you will choose to use your time wisely. There is definitely a time that you will return, but until that time comes, I highly recommend that you use it to follow my teachings and to try to help others, to show love, not to show anger, to generate a strong family, and do all of the other things that I talk to you about each week. I wish that you would all help to spread my words. Everyone must realize that there is an allocated time in which you either spread my messages or choose not to. When you get on the other side in my heaven, you will understand that there is no allocation of time. You can have an infinite time to pay your karma, or you can advance and choose to try to serve my words and messages. I do not want you to be disheartened by the fact that humans have a limited time on your planet. That is the way I designed things. I have already told you how difficult life is on your planet. Many of you suffer physical pain, financial problems, mental problems, but these are all part of what you have allocated your soul to do when you returned. If you had unlimited time, that suffering would continue. I intentionally gave you the gift of a limited time. If I had not limited the time that you have on your planet, then you would truly be suffering much longer. I wanted you to have limited time. You have time to make choices, you have time to raise a family, and you have time to prove that you truly understand my messages and want to live by those. Time is much different on the other side. There is no basic time over here. You can see forward, you can see back, and you can see the present. There are many, many gifts in heaven that you do not have on your planet. I want you to use your time wisely. I want you to listen to my messages. I want you to tell others about my messages. And I want you to show love and hope or whatever other emotions are good to those around you. Take advantage of the time. Do good and use that time so that when you come home, you can truly advance. As I look around, I see that many have chosen not to use the time wisely. By that I mean they have chosen not to follow my messages. It's very simple. You can use it wisely and follow my messages, or you can use your free will to allow evil energies to take over and create a life of greed, possibly power, and possibly very wealthy. I've spoken many times that I would like you to use the wealth that you have accumulated to help others. There are many that would try to destroy your country. They are not using their time wisely, and when they return, they will realize just how bad their actions have been. Humans have a very, very violent history. Throughout time, they have waged wars. They have shown excess brutality. They have done many things that would preclude their advancement in my heaven. When it comes to time, think of tomorrow or think of today as the first day of your life. Make your decision to follow my messages today, and the rest of your life will be much better. When you decide to follow my messages, your past lives become quite forgivable. The act of serving me is what will determine how you advance. Most of you have got much time ahead of you. Use that time wisely. You will face death. That is an absolute certainty. When you face death, you do not know. I intentionally have my guides never disclose the time of death to an individual. All you need to know is that death will come. The time that I allocated to each of you will come to an end. All I can do is tell you what needs to be done in order to serve me. You can ignore it, or you can pay attention to it. That is your free will. Once again, I hope that you use the gift of time that I have given to you to advance your soul. Once again, I often feel frustrated to watch all of those that walk on your planet that have no regard for me. They are not using the gift of time wisely. Once you are born, I do not interfere with your free will. You've laid out a life plan, and if you choose not to follow it, then so be it. That is your decision. So once again, I hope that you pay attention to my message. I hope that you tell others about it, and I hope that you truly understand that the gift of time is a blessing. It is a blessing, or if you use your free will not to follow my messages, it can be a curse. But that decision is always up to you. Once again, I'm going to leave you now. I bless all of you that listen to me. I wish that more of you would tell others of my messages. And I wish that all of you use your time wisely. It is a blessing or a curse. So, goodbye. I bless all of you, and I will return to talk to you again next week. Thank you, Father. Another wonderful message as always. All of your messages are on my YouTube channel in my name, Barry Strohm. If you want to download them, go to buzzsprout.com and they can all be downloaded for free. Thank you for listening. Please follow his messages. They are the most important thing that you will ever hear in your lifetime. So goodbye, and we will return again to you next week.